the People's Republic of China, and many others. We will be working closely to mitigate any harm, and we're taking swift action to ensure that sensitive voter data is better protected so we can never be bought, we can never be hacked, and we can never watch a stolen election again. Tomorrow, the Secretary of Homeland Security will hold a briefing to outline his department's recent work confirming cyber vulnerabilities in our electronic voting systems. They are bad. We're in the process of informing governors, senators, and members of Congress of potential issues in their states. If you look at voting today, it's in such bad shape in so many states, and we are committing to fix it. And we're also committing to be working with those states and local jurisdictions to help them fix and patch known technical vulnerabilities before the midterm elections. We have very important elections coming up. We want those elections to be honest. I've also ordered DHS to notify every state about non-citizens on their voter rolls and direct them to remove all ineligible voters from the lists immediately. But most importantly, addressing this crisis of election security demands that Congress must pass the Save America Act. How easy is that to do unless you want to cheat? The only reason you wouldn't do it is you want to cheat because your policies are so bad and your candidates are so pathetic that you can't get away or can't get elected any other way. This landmark bill requires that all voters must show photo voter ID. How simple is that? Could I have your photo, please? Photo voter ID. All voters must provide proof of citizenship. Are you a citizen of our country, please? And hopefully there will be no corrupt mail-in ballots, which if you watched California and so many other places, mail-in ballots are inherently corrupt. So you would have no mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military deployment, or travel if you're going away on business or vacation. These reforms are urgently needed to stop the vulnerabilities that I've mentioned. To all Americans, I ask you to pick up your phone tomorrow, call your representatives in the House and Senate, and demand that they pass the Save America Act without delay. Together we will restore faith and confidence in our country, and we will be bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. Thank you. God bless you. God bless our great military, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
All right, President Donald J. Trump from the East Room at the White House. He had a lot.
All right. Okay, Lord, help me go slow so I don't miss anything. Help me not get too ahead of myself. All right, ladies and gentlemen, remember July 16th. Remember July 16th. Now, as a prophet of the Lord, I gave a very clear prophetic word on October 31st, 2025. When I gave that prophecy, now it's posted on our timeline. It's posted on our timeline, and we've also shared it to Empowering Word Christian Center's Facebook page and YouTube page, but it's posted on my personal Facebook page and Instagram and also TikTok. Now, in the prophetic word that I gave on October 31st, 2025, God spoke these very things that were coming. Everything that Donald Trump just told you was a lie. Everything he told you was a lie. That's number one. Number two, he's telling you that when he was president, because at this time he was president, he's telling you that when he was president, that his own cabinet, Bill Barr, his own FBI, his own CIA, his own Department of Homeland Security. He's telling you that his own government, his own Supreme Court, with all the cases that were brought, they all lied to him. Let's just remember that. He's saying that the 6-3 conservative Supreme Court looked at all of those cases and found no merit and rejected all those cases. So he's saying the Supreme Court, you gotta blame the Supreme Court. They filed what? Between Donald Trump and all of his sycophants, they filed almost 100 cases and none of them won. Well, those who remember, I prophesied during that time, nothing would happen in the courts. Do you need me to post that, repost that? Because that's from November of 2020. After the election, I heard all of these false apostles and false prophets declare and claim that Donald Trump was going to win it in the courts. And the Lord said, declare that nothing will happen in the courts. Tell my people nothing will happen in the courts. And guess what? Nothing happened in the courts. Only real prophets can prophesy specific things and they come to pass just like that. Next. Prior to that, I prophesied that Donald Trump was going to lose the election. All of these false pastors and false prophets and false apostles all prophesied that Donald Trump was going to win the 2020 presidential election. And I prophesied that Donald Trump was going to lose the 2020 presidential election. He lost. When they said he was going to win it in the courts, I prophesied nothing would happen in the courts. Nothing happened. In October of 2025, all of this is on video. You go to Empowering Word Christian Center YouTube page. It's all on video. Every single prophecy. We keep it all on video. In October 31st, 2025, I prophesied because I saw this by the Spirit. We were in our Friday morning prayer and prophetic service. I saw this by the Spirit. And the Lord said, tell them that Donald Trump real soon is about to say, we found some new evidence. We found it. It's right there on the timeline. It's right there. Go listen to it. It's right there. God spelled it out very specifically, very clearly. And that's what he just did. So, what does this mean? Well, all of those so-called Christians that follow Donald Trump, they don't care. He's lying right through his teeth. They don't care because they're not interested in truth. They're interested in their own righteousness. Woo! Dear God, Matthew 6. If your light is darkness, if the light in you is darkness, how great is that darkness? They don't care about truth. They don't care that he's lying. They could care less. They believe what he said, but don't believe that his name is 1,000,000 times in the 3 million files of the Epstein files. They believe what he just said, but they don't believe or care to believe that he is a credibly accused pedophile. They believe what he just said, but they don't care or care to believe that he is a adjudicated rapist. This is what the Bible calls the falling away. They don't care about truth. Truth to them means nothing. They care about their self-righteousness. They've created a false gospel that includes right-wing ideology and conservatism and republicanism, and that's their righteousness. That's all they care for. And Donald Trump has that R by his name, and he is the one that all the false prophets and false apostles, they drive his narrative. There are false apostles driving the Trump accounts for kids. They have no idea they're driving the beast system. Oh my gosh, when they stand before God. So let me tell you, you know what happens next. Ladies and gentlemen, I gave you the prophetic forecast for 2026, and everything is happening. I gave you the prophetic forecast for 2026. Hey, honey. Babe. Can you provide me that prophetic? Do you have that on your phone? The prophetic forecast for 2026? I just want to run down a couple things. I gave you the prophetic forecast for 2026, and everything in that prophetic forecast is happening as we speak. I'm telling you, the time is short. The time is short. A couple of years ago, I came out and said Donald Trump is the AntiChrist. And do you know people who call themselves Christians even tried to not only verbally attack us, but threatened us physically? Over the fact that we said Donald Trump is the Antichrist. That shows you how much Jesus they got in them. And ever since then, Donald Trump is more corrupted, posting himself as Jesus, and more blasphemous, golden statues. Donald Trump has been anti-Christing ever since I told you that Donald Trump was the Antichrist. Oh, but he read from the Bible. Really? It's that easy for you? It's that it's that easy for you that a man could just read from the Bible and you good? Oh, he said he's want to protect Christians. It's that easy. It was that easy. It was that easy. Wow. It was that easy for you. It was that easy. The devil didn't even have to work hard. He just had to have the man pray, read from the Bible, and say, I'm bringing religion back. It was that easy for you. Man, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you that it was that easy for you. These people don't love truth. They don't want truth. They want their righteousness. The saxophones have been going off. I know. I see you, Kobe Chapman. I see you, Prophetess Alyssa Braddock. The saxophones have been going off. That's funny. Here's what you need to understand what happens next, ladies and gentlemen. If this man says, hey, we're going to start making arrests, who did he name? He named President Joe Biden. He named President Barack Obama. He named people from their administration. He named, ladies and gentlemen, everything he said was a lie. I prophesied in 2020 that America would have a second civil war. And it's coming. Oh, God has warned y'all. God has warned y'all. Y'all conservatives, y'all Republicans, y'all Christian nationalists. God has warned y'all. I've been heralding from the mountaintop that a civil war is coming to America. And ladies and gentlemen, that is coming soon. Because people will not stand. And God said, people won't stand for this. God said that this civil war was coming to America. And that this is what he showed me back in 2020. What people don't understand is in Daniel, the feet and toes of partly iron and partly clay represent the American Empire. Revelation chapter 13:11 represents the American Empire. America is now moving from the beast of the earth to Babylon, Mystery Babylon the Great. And that's where you get MAGA in. Make America great again. So,
did you want it?
Yeah, this is all happening.
You want it.
Yep. This is, I gave the prophetic forecast. I said it's the year of the writing on the wall. In other words, God is making it very clear. But he said they still won't see it. Epstein files. 1,000,000 times his name in the Epstein files. He tried to stop people from signing the Epstein files, the release of the Epstein files. Now he hired his former lawyer, Todd Blanche, the same Todd Blanche that used to represent him privately, used to represent his company privately, the same Todd Blanche that met with Elaine Maxwell, and after he met with Elaine Maxwell was transferred to this cushy townhouse jail cell. And now Todd Blanche is saying that they are not releasing any more of the Epstein files. The writing on the wall, him posting himself as Jesus the Christ. The writing on the wall, him making golden statues of himself, just like King Nebuchadnezzar, who is a type of AntiChrist. The writing is on the wall. The writing on the wall. But this is what God said. He said they won't even see the writing on the wall. So there you go. I said, I told you that it's the year of war and wars. We can just go on to the next one because that's very clear. I told you it's the year they'll say rebellion. Watch for that. I said it's the year of pushback, worldwide, several countries, protests and unrest. We've seen that in several countries, even here in the United States. I said it's the year of lightning. Well, we've seen that. Unprecedented lightning strikes all over the world. The amount of lightning. And so we've seen that. And did you see the lightning in D.C.? Did you see the lightning in D.C.? I said it's the year, God says, the year of great division and the dividing of land. The year of great division and the dividing of land. So watch for that. Escalated earthquakes. The Lord said it would be the year of escalated earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, floods, fires. We breathing in smog because of Canada's fires. There's flooding all around the world right now. Fires. We've seen earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. And then much talk about the inside of the earth. Oh my gosh, I've talked about that. They're talking about what's going on in the inside of the earth. And then talk about the sun. A lot of talk about the sun. The Lord said there'll be a lot of talk about the sun. Did you see where they're building these reflectors? Did you see that? Where they're building these mirrors, these reflectors, because they want to reflect the sun. And then all of the solar flares, the sun has been going into something where they're having all of these solar flares. They're very concerned about that. And then I said it's the year of escalation of ice raids. A pushback, civil unrest, the year of escalated ice raids. So what we've seen shootings in the street of people, cold blood. Cold blood, ice raids on a whole nother level. We've seen ice raids in the middle of the night in Chicago on a whole nother level. So that's what I told you, 2026. All right. And so we are seeing that come to pass right before our eyes. But I just showed you this prophetic word from October 31st, 2025. I saw this before it happened. Before this man got on the screen to open his mouth and lie, every time he opens his mouth is lies. Because the Bible says in Daniel, the Antichrist will throw truth to the ground. Now, here's what's going to happen. Satan transforms himself into an angel of light. Right? The Antichrist. His angel of light minions, those false apostles, they're going to post for him. They're going to preach and teach for him. They're going to vouch for him. Watch for that. You're going to see a lot of false apostles, false pastors, false preachers. They're going to get on this and they're going to start making videos. See, I knew it. God said it. Oh, yeah. Watch for that. Watch for that. Be on watch for that because that's what you're about to see. Remember July 16th. 2026. This is a day of demarcation, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the deal. Just because you ignore, oh, I'm not going to think about it, doesn't mean that it's going away. Just because you try to act like this ain't happening, don't mean that it's going away. This is coming. This is happening. And that is why God set aside a remnant. He set aside a remnant that will not listen to his lies, that will not bow their knee. They won't worship him. They won't revere him in any way, shape, or form. This is why God set aside a remnant, and he knows who that remnant is. So let's be clear, because heaven is not confused on who that remnant is. And only the remnant will be taken. Only the remnant will be taken. And when the remnant is taken, 2 men in the field, one taken, the other left. 2 women grinding at the mill, one taken, the other. When the remnant is taken, what's going to happen is they're going to say, oh, that wasn't the rapture because all these other Christians are still here. So that wasn't the rapture. Well, what did Donald Trump's administration prepare you for? Aliens. They are going to say that these people were taken by aliens. And now the beast system is forced. There will be no more Christianity. Oh no, there will be no more Christianity. They're going to lay that down and they're going to say, oh, this is, and the one world religion and one world government will be instituted. That's how it's going down, ladies and gentlemen. Only the remnant is taken. And God knows who that remnant is. This is a call to the remnant. This is a call to the remnant. God bless you. Be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. This is coming soon.